I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Friday, October the 2nd, brought to you in part by Zactran, an antibiotic that's for treatment and control of bovine respiratory disease, and God knows we get a lot of it this month. I'll tell you what, if you want to make it through Dead Calf Month, you've got to be armed with the right kind of product. Remember to observe your 35-day withdrawal period after treatment. For more information, go to Zactran.com or visit with your BI representative. Your grain settled down on Thursday, thank goodness, up big on Wednesday due to that stocks report that come out, and that forced your feeder cattle futures down pretty hard. But for the most part, your cash prices on feeders are staying pretty well, and even your Thursday sales sold feeders really well, especially yearling feeders, because we're quickly running out of those. And likely on your lighter calves, they're far enough from it that they're not going to feel that hiccup. But good sales all around. Of course, we'll talk about that at the tail end of the report. Also of note, on Thursday, your actual dressed steer carcass weights come out, and they kind of settled down a little bit. Actually, they were down 1 pound from the previous report, so that's a good thing. But having a good time in Coffeyville, Kansas. They had Customer Appreciation Day on Thursday, and that's the North Market, and I tell you what, it was a good time there. A lot of card carrying feeder flash gang members in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma. Talked to a lot of people that follow these reports every day, like a lot of you guys do, and we had good visits and met some really nice people, and you know, a full house there at Coffeyville. Of course, the delicious steak sandwiches don't hurt anything, and that was a good deal. But enjoyed being there. You look at the market report out of Coffeyville, Kansas there, and look mostly $3 to $6 higher, because they don't have a regular market reporter there. But you look at this automated market report out of Cattle Market Central, and you see that well tested in all your weight groups, and had a really nice market there. But I want to thank Brian Little and his family for allowing us to come up, and had a lot of guest auctioneers. I got to be one of them, and a lot of camaraderie with a lot of the guys you know, that I know from around the circuit that auctioneer, and just really enjoyed that. Enjoyed meeting Brian Little's family. He's got a really nice family, and about the best looking little 3-year-old grandson you ever seen in your life. Let's talk about the board on Thursday. October live cattle futures down 2 cents at 108.52. December down 52 cents at 111.82. You going out from there, your out fronts on live cattle were down 40 cents to up 22, so not too topsy-turvy there. Feeder cattle continued to go down with pressure from the grains, but they did kind of stabilize there, and I don't think we're going to worry too much more about this stocks report that came out. It's all going to be about harvest reports coming up from here on out, and it's dry enough around that they're going right through this corn and beans really fast, and the kind of equipment that they have now, it doesn't take too long at all. But the dryness is hurting your calf market as much as the big swings in the weather and just October in general. But as we go forward, we should get better when we start getting some frosts around, get more consistently cooler, and as we go forward, the colder the better. And I tell you what, we may not enjoy it, but cattle really thrive in cold weather. But look at your feeder cattle. October feeders down 42 cents at 140.92. November down 80 cents at 141 a quarter. Going out from there on your out fronts on feeder cattle, down 75 cents to up 35. So it wasn't all a downer on feeder cattle on Thursday. Good movement of fats continued, and we're going to see good movement. Gained another $2 on the market, $3 on dressed for the most part as we moved into Thursday. But that's good to see healthy movement in your negotiated cash sales in your 5-area feeding region. Look at Iowa. They had confirmed sales on Thursday of 7,500 head. For the week, they've already moved 22,700, so that's really healthy there. Your price on live steers and heifers was 107 to 109, but a lot of 108 in Iowa there, and they're going after the top quality stuff there, and then your regionals are real active in there as they go after that premium quality beef. You look at your dress market in Iowa, it was 167 to 168. Nebraska, 8,600 head on Thursday. They've moved 17,400 there this week so far. They'll likely move some more this week. Live sales in Nebraska all at 107. Dress sales 167 to largely 168. So that's $3 better on a dress basis. Kansas, 2,600 head on Thursday. They've moved nearly 18,000 for the week, all at 107 on Thursday. Texas, they've moved 9,600 now for the week, all at 107. Box beef cutout values continue strong, and I tell you what, that's one thing that kind of a surprise here, because we're still in normal times working lower and haven't seen the push that we'll get late in the fall later, as we see big outfits starting to buy for holidays and making early purchases out now. But that may not be quite as big this time, because food service is down so much, because so many of the restaurants are cut back on the amount of people that can come in and sit down. But we're starting to see your large metropolitan areas start to open up a little bit more, and they've got a lot of restaurants, and people love to go in there and eat beef. And so that could be better than what we've seen of late, but our retail's been so good, and our exports are outstanding. Choice cuts $218.98, up $1.24. Selects $207.62, up 8 cents. Look at your slaughter through Thursday, 478,000. That's 4,000 less than last week, but 8,000 more than the same week a year ago, which is instrumental there. Like I said, your actual dress steer weights for the week ending September the 19th, 919 pounds, which is huge, but it's a pound lighter than the previous report, so it's good to see that kind of stabilize, and there weren't any holidays or anything weird going on to really mess with that, so that's a number you can kind of believe. But you look at your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DV auction late in the day on Thursday set at 141.80. That was up 56 cents. So like I said, even though the feeder board's been down the last 2 days, you're seeing your cash market still up there, and we saw some premium markets up there, and I'll talk about some of those here in a second. But your big high volume typical sales for Thursday, winter livestock, Pratt, Kansas, 2,600 head there. Feeder steers, $2 lower, but they had a whale of a sale last week, if you remember. Feeder heifers, $2 to $4 higher, lower undertone for the calves on hand, and that's just kind of typical for this time of year. Farmers and ranchers livestock, Salina, Kansas, kind of a lighter run for them, 1,400 head. Feeder steers steady to $2 higher. Feeder heifers steady to $2 lower, except for the heavier heifers, and they were steady to $1 higher. Had some really top sales, and I want to talk about Ogallala, Nebraska. Ogallala livestock auction there, 3,700 head, one of their specials, and they had just consistently higher prices all around, but they haven't had a sale for a while, so it's really hard to compare. But premium sales, and they are an NHTC market, which means non-hormone treated cattle. They're approved to sell those cattle, and it's definite premiums, guys. A lot of times we say there's no premiums, there's only discounts on cattle, but they're definite premiums, because they've got top quality cattle there in all the weights. But whenever you start seeing these yearling feeders selling $15 higher than if for the NHTC cattle than the cattle that are not, and they couldn't be any fancier. They're all good. But some NHTC steers, big yearling steers there out of Ogallala, 67 head, weighed 860 pounds at $163. Wow. Mitchell Livestock, Mitchell, South Dakota, they had a heck of a sale too. They had some cattle sell at a premium, but it was because of the thinner green condition on them. So they get a lot of backgrounded cattle there that have had significant rations served to them, but when they get some green cattle in there that are on the thinner side, I tell you what, they bring top money. Look at these 60 head, 839 pound steers in Mitchell, bring 154.10. But you want to talk about something that's just kind of straight up and up. Clarinda, Iowa, Clarinda Livestock there, they had some cattle. They rarely get any cattle that are really green and thin in there, but the quality's outstanding. But 68 head, 814 pound steers, 150.10, and they were just top quality cattle right there. Nothing else about them. But the top quote that I'm going to call for Thursday was on some lightweight calves. And we've seen them this high, and we've seen them higher, but in eastern Colorado, it's dry, guys. And you start looking over there and you get into southwest Kansas, where typically you see a lot of wheat demand. It's too dry this year, guys, and there's sure not any wheat demand in the Texas Panhandle, because you can't even see any wheat that's up unless they're watering it. But Burlington Livestock Exchange, Burlington, Colorado, sold 57 head, 406-pound Pee Wee steers at $197.50. And that's your feeder flash for Friday.